Good evening, everybody. I hope you're all keeping well. Welcome back to another live show on the channel. Yes, we are doing a top 5 Newcastle United goalkeepers, past or present, and take part in the live chat as well on who yours would be as well. So I think the show is going to be a very, very interesting one. So, Mason, how are you doing?
I'm not too bad.
Good. And, well, guys, you know what to do. If you enjoyed tonight's show, hit the thumbs up. It keeps us up those search results on the channel. Please, of course, if you are brand new to the channel, if you're not yet subscribed and you enjoy what goes on the channel week in, week out, hit that subscribe button, free to do so. It does help me the channel grow. And that bell notification will let you know whenever we are live or when a pre-recorded video takes place on the day as well. And if you'd like to donate, feel free to do so. And if you want to become a member for just 99p, just hit the join button to become a member. And you'll be put into the next prize draw we do on this channel as well. Let's down to 3 comments that have come in. Good evening, Lawrence. Good evening, Julie. Hope you're well. And good evening, White Trout. Hope you're well as well. Good evening, Ian, as well. So, yeah, interesting one. So, as I mentioned, past and present, top 5 goalkeepers that we've gone with. Majority of are going to be the same choices that me and Mace have gone with, but apart from one of them, actually. So, very, very interesting. And make sure, let us know what your top 5 past or present goalkeepers are going to be down in the live chat as well. So, yeah, I'm interested to see what people's
thoughts. Keep asking Michelle Vaughan, by the way.
Yeah. Right, then, should we get into it? Well, then, this is the first one we're going to pick that me and Mason have gone with together. So, let's take it away with this guy here. And he is, I definitely could say one of, well, you would see he's one of our own. We're going for this man here, Stevie Harper. Go on, Mason. What do you remember the times of with Stevie Harper when he was at the club?
I only remember time I remember Harper was when, obviously, that last game against Arsenal. His last game against Arsenal, obviously.
I mean, that was a very emotional send-off. That was a very emotional day for him. It really, really was, wasn't it?
And I did attend his testimonial in the September time.
Yeah, I was there as well. That was cracking that.
Which was fair to say my first time watching football. It was obviously I got in the football round then and all. And looking at players who were looking at on both teams, some of the best players to ever grace the football in both clubs as well. Obviously, DeCanio when he was at the Mackhams at the time.
Oh yeah, that was so.
Obviously, Shiva.
Yep.
Shiva, Cole, etc., and all that, and obviously, was Maldini playing for them? And Barisi, I think Barisi did.
He was, yeah. Anyway.
And Barisi did. They're the only 2 players that played for Milan.
Yeah.
Barisi and DeCanio, and I don't know if Maldini did.
I remember Stevie Harper, maybe not seeing him live, but I used to watch him under the days under Bobby. The first time I remember watching him under Bobby, he actually did play the he played the cup final when in '99 when we lost to Manchester United. So that was under Hull at that one. So, yeah, but then I did see him appearances, of course, under Bobby as well. That was the first time I really, really got to see Steve Harper play live. But do you know what? I thought he was a really good. I thought he was a decent, particularly the Championship, Mason, in 2009, 2010. Because technically after we sold Shea Given and then we got sent down, but I thought Harper was he was cracking in the Championship for us. I think 20-odd clean sheets, I think I remember he got, which was really, really good. Majority of times he was second choice, but as soon as Shea Given left, he then stepped in and did very well, I thought, particularly in the Championship.
Considering he's a Mackham born and bred, and obviously for me he's no, I'm sure to see him.
No, I'm pretty sure it's Easington he's from.
Yeah, well, one of the 2. Mackham born and bred, obviously, and obviously he had to spell it Mackham and all. He had to spell it gated and all when he was first broke through and all. But yeah. Although he's obviously from County Durham, for what he done for the club is nothing. But I think every Newcastle fan every Newcastle fan will probably respect. I wouldn't say Newcastle fans respecting Mackham, but for what he's done to the club, and obviously
He did very well.
you seen him in tears when obviously it was his last game against. Obviously when we got beat off Arsenal through Koscielny. Correct us if I'm wrong, but yeah, for what he's done for the club, sitting by with the club under getting relegated, it's just, and obviously teaching, and obviously he was basically an apprentice for Czech and all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Shaka Hislop as well.
Yeah, absolutely. When we comment, well, hope you're well, Ian. Just given. This is Julie's top 5 given to Czech, Pope, Harbour, Hislop. Hislop, very interesting one in there, actually. Very, very interesting. Great call for Harbour 5. Steve Harbour for Peter Lee. It's Easington. I think I've also got Harbour for number 5. This is White Trouts, Harbour, Hislop, Pavel, Pope, and Shea. Since it's new here again. Dubs is the greatest goalkeeper in Newcastle history. He can do things I've never seen before. Outstanding. Well, the season when we first got Dubravka, he was outstanding there. Oh yes, Dick Caddiel. Yeah, absolutely. Imagine, tell us when we played AC Milan, glory in his testimony that our next Champions League game would against AC Milan just over 10 years later. Even in Pete Mason and every panel, in a Czech class keeper, that's who one of Lisa's gone with as well. But yeah, I remember that's the first time I caught glimpses of Harbour live was during Bobby. Their season was majority number 2 for pretty much a lot of Bobby's time, for sure. So, but but of course, became number 1 in the championship. Did play a lot of games when we got back up, but then he did pick up a serious injury when we won against Everton down at Goodison Park, and then Krulata stepped in, and then Harbour came back in. So
Sorry.
No,
I was just kind of put some of the clubs he had played for when he was on loan and all, and obviously the 2 he played for.
Well, yeah, I think he did have a loan spell in the 2011-12 season. I'm sure he did.
Yeah, loan spells at Bradford, Gates at Stockport County, Hartlepool, Huddersfield, and then Brighton, and obviously you had 2 spells at Hull and obviously the Macklins.
Yes, he did.
So that's some of the. If any of you hadn't have forgot them and the clubs he had played for, majority of them would be on loan.
Be watching the snooker. What the F is going on with these pockets now? It's going in. I've not been keeping an eye out on the snooker.
Why did you say Chipmas on Sunday afternoon on the snooker?
Oh yes, we've got something lined up for Friday. I can tell you that. Chippers, if you're watching, get prepared for Friday.
Courtesy of me granddad's telly in the car one.
Oh, posh Mason.
It's not that big. It's not that big because it was for me. Nana's eyesight when she was alive. So
no, but yeah, I thought Harbour did very well for us as a goalkeeper. Of course. So so that's why we've included Stevie Harbour in there.
By the way, I'm
not just part of the halfway line. Wow, Lawrence, bloody hell.
By the way, I'm not. By the way, my granddad isn't a gypsy. He's not a gypsy. By the way, just putting out there, he's not a gypsy.
Okay. Right, next one we're going to go with. So another one, me and Mason have picked one, and we're going to go for this person here, who then followed up and being number 1 when Harbour started to get faded out. We're going for this man here, Tim Krul. So I'll start with this one. Of course, we all remember Tim Krul making his debut under Glenn Roeder against Palermo when we won 1-0. Pulled off some cracking saves in the game. But he's had some really cracking games. He was part of the squad that got us into the Europa League in the 2011-12 season. Did step in when Harbour picked up an injury or when Harbour's been dropped a few games. But Tim Krul, I think, has been really, really good. Of course, you remember that game against Spurs in 2013 when we won 1-0, and how many saves Krul pulled off in that game as well was just incredible, man. Absolutely incredible. So I think he goes in the top 5 goalkeepers for me, Tim Krul. Of course, he's not getting games for where he's playing it now, but you remember surely got to remember the days of Tim Krul when he was at Newcastle as well. Some of the saves he pulled up were brilliant.
Big style. By the way, it's 1-0 Ipswich. So Aye,
So Ipswich are a chance for promotion.
Aye, obviously, it was what, and I came in late at 10-year-old into football, but luckily enough, he didn't play in my first game. I went to I think it was either him or Rob Elliott when they played that Ukrainian team in the Europa League. I'm sure it was either him or Rob Elliott, but yeah, he's basically an adopted Geordie as far as I'm concerned. The time the time he was at the club, obviously that ligament, that ACL injury, basically.
The season when we got down, that was really a blow. That
basically ended his Newcastle career.
Unfortunately, it did. I mean, we were gut wrench. That was gut wrenching. That when we lost him.
And the fact is as well, it happened to Rob Elliott and all.
It did the same season. Yes, it did.
And obviously, Darlow had to meet Darlow came in time, but I think Norwich fans and ourselves
I think it was exceptional for Norwich as well.
Us and Norwich probably say that he's done well for both clubs. And I played for Luton against Man City in the FA Cup, but look who was scoring the goals when he was in goal.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he had time out as well when he was at Newcastle, Falkirk, Carlisle, Ajax, and obviously Alcorn. Obviously, he went to Brighton under Chris Hughton, and obviously Chris Hughton kept him permanently. So, but yeah, for what he'd done for Newcastle and the saves he's made and the performances he did was pretty exceptional.
He was. I mean, yeah, definitely was. Just shame that the season we went down under McLaren. Well, Rafa came in, but it was too late. But yeah, the way you got that, the fact is, it was a ligament very early on in the season, and we lost him, unfortunately, throughout the rest of the season, which was a big blow to us as well. Because if we kept him, you never know what could have happened.
The fact is as well, kept his kept clean sheet on his debut against Everton, 2010.
Yeah. Yes, it did. Well, after when Steve Hobart had to be taken off injured as well. So, yeah, I thought Krul was really, really. I'd do really rate Tim Krul as well. I mean, again, as I mentioned, he was part of the squad that won that got his 5th under Pardew as well. So he's had some really, really, really. He's had some really cracking performances from us, and he has saved us in a lot of games as well. So, but he has been a bit unfortunate with injuries, of course. He did get quite injured early on in the 2012-13 season. I remember. He was out for
that dislocated
shoulder, against Sunderland, where we got lost 3-0.
I remember this. I remember seeing him dislocate his shoulder because I watched the game. And when I remember just lying on the floor when it was 3-0 to 1. I thought, fucking hell, man.
And that was a shame. That ruled him out for the rest of that season, unfortunately, as well. Which was really, really hard to take and get beat off Sunderland as well. Was just, yeah. But of course, he did play a lot of the season after that as well.
Notably that Tottenham game.
Yeah, that Tottenham game was incredible. The season after that, as well. Didn't keep a lot of clean sheets in that season, but we were shocking. We were just completely crumbling, particularly when Carver came in as well. And then just losing him throughout the season under McLaren. And then I'm surprised he didn't get a chance under Rafa because we got down. Rafa, surprised he didn't keep him on, which was a little bit surprising as well. So
for some reason he wanted Matt Sells. Look what happened then. Obviously,
that didn't work out well, did it?
When they came back up in the Premier, for some reason he had Rob Elliott as his number 1, which was bizarre.
He did. I think he should have looked to have kept Krul on because I thought Krul was fantastic.
But then after a few games, Rafa had enough of Elliott and he got Darlow before he brought in Darlow before we signed Dubravka.
Yeah, he did. Well, we had Darlow. We got Darlow under Pardew's season.
No, I mean like in that season when we came back up from the championship with Rafa. Elliott had started a few games, when he went missing, and it was Darlow when once we signed Dubravka. Well, it was basically Darlow till Dubravka, and obviously we signed Dubravka, and then obviously he's played ever since before we signed Nick Pope. Well,
Yep.
a time where Darlow, well, when Dubravka got injured, and then was Darlow again. Remember when Darlow got picked, then he got picked for England.
He did. Yes, he did. Also went for Krul's number 4, says Lawrence. Forgot about Krul. I liked him. I thought he was very good. Also, happy about our stadium expansion, but as soon as I said we'll get a new stadium, it's not sustainable anymore with them listed buildings. The pillars hold up these standards rusting away. Hopefully they'll get that sorted. But yeah, the story about the possible, it's looking very likely that the stadium could be expanded overall. That was according to the Telegraph, so that was probably Luke Edwards who brought that out. But we'll wait and see what happens with that. But that does sound quite promising to me because the stadium could do with it could definitely do with an expansion on it. So
I wonder what we're going to do with East Standing.
We'll have to see. But the Gallagher then could definitely be upgraded, no doubt about that. Yeah, Ipswich in Coventry. How many clean sheets did Krul keep for us? I can't remember in total, to be honest. Watching the snooker as well, cannot believe how bad Judd Trump is playing apart from a few good shots. As I mentioned, not been keeping an eye on the snooker. Krul was in goal, went fit in Europa League. He was. Shaka Hislop. Yeah, he wasn't too bad, Shaka Hislop. Good evening, Pete and Mason, everyone. Hope you're well, Mark. It's a pocket. Julie was the same with Ronnie Match. He got so peed off that he whacked his cue. Jesus. Sean Murphy said last night that the tables were playing very slow. Yeah, very slow. And if the table heaters are working... Dollar did have to come in after Elliott got injured and did well, but losing on his place just before promotion. Yeah, that was right. Kevin Carr was a decent keeper. That was probably well before my time, that. I think Ronnie and Judd Trump used the same chalk. I think a lot of snooker players use the same chalk, as far as I'm aware. Even if Peter Mason, hello, Cheddaroos. Hope you're well, Yoppa, Donny. Hope you're keeping well. Very okay. So we go on to another one. Right, this is one where me and Mason have got two different ones there for this one. So Mason, you have gone with Dubravka, but I think we're going to talk about Dubravka when he first came to us.
Yeah, that game against Man U.
Yes,
that was an exceptional performance. I mean the way he played that in that second half of the season was unreal. And the run when where we went on an hour, which was exceptional team performance.
Yeah,
obviously I guess got me permanently.
Yeah, I guess just to let you know, guys, we aren't doing this in any particular order, by the way. So we're just picking what top 5. But yeah, I think that's a good point, Mason. Of course, the game against Man United. Where else? He said good games the season after that. Of course, did what to do stepping at times under Bruce. Bruce had to technically call him back in when Darlow was ahead of him, but then Darlow's performances started to drift away, and then he had to get Dubravka back in. The same with Eddie in his first season. Again, when Darlow again was just flapping at everything, pretty much so, all the other keepers, and he got Dubravka back in for then, and again, Dubravka's last full season, he did very well as well.
They did. I mean, for that COVID season,
yep,
I think he was a what's the word you would say? Vital, because if we would have went, if Fulham hadn't, if Fulham went on a decent run, and we went in the shape when we could have been in the Championship then, and obviously Fulham, it was the exact opposite. We needed Fulham to get beaten. Obviously, Dubravka to try and get performances under his belt. Luckily enough, he did. Obviously, some of his performances was top notch.
Yeah, totally, yes. As well, when we comment, went with Dubravka for number 3. High up would be great if we could get an expansion onto the Leases Park end as well. Cost 76 to 85, Pete. You would be 30 then. 4, and exactly. Fortunately, I wasn't born that era. No way Dubravka makes the 5. He isn't in my 5 actually, Juni, but Mason's put him on there. Well, the early stages of Dubravka, just to shame his legs. I like matchsticks now, unfortunately. And the way that he's getting really, really beaten very easy is just
What?
So
Peter, is David being serious or not?
him and Darlow kept us in plenty of games under Bruce. Darlow used to drop the ball, if I remember correctly. Yes, he did. Also beaten at the near post against Wolves when we lost 2-1, and Bruce is there just before we got our takeover as well. So, yeah, evening. Is Dubravka still with us or not? Unfortunately, he is. Evening chips up the blue bits.
Is he being sarcastic or not? Seriously, is he being
You know,
sarcastic?
he likes to wind you up with Cardiff, or doesn't he? So,
No, not David Hutchinson, man.
all right, yeah, not Jack Dubravka still with us. But I think, he'll be gone come the end of the season, though.
Oh, David R. Fuck you.
Anyways, so right then, this is what I've gone with for another one. I've got to put this man in here. We've got to go with this man here. Here he is. There he is. It's Warpav. God rest his soul. Rest in peace, Warpav. Pavel is a Geordie. Of course, I remember Pav Sidacek under the days under Kevin Keegan, particularly the season in 95-6 and, of course, 96-7. But this lad was a cracking goalkeeper for us. Very, very good. Did lose his place a couple of times when Islop was in the side as well. But I thought what he did was just incredible at times, Pavel Sidacek. And very sad to hear the news of his passing away, which was absolutely heartbreaking. As well, taken far too young as well. At the age of 47 years of age as well. And yeah, I remember some really, really cracking games when Pavel came in to the club with us as well. Of course, he signed from 1991, left in 1998, so he was at the club for 7 years, pretty much. But he was brilliant, Pavel Sidacek. And yeah, I mean, Mason, do you remember any clips you might have seen of Pavel? Because again, Pavel was probably just before your time.
I've seen a few bits and pieces here. Obviously, I've read a few stuff about how much he loved the area. Real Madrid have scored, by the way. Vinny Jr. But yeah, I read stuff, bits and pieces on like different like how would you say like articles of like how much he loved the area, how much he loved Newcastle as a whole. And for content wise, I think he was an exceptional keeper. Most notably, what I used to say, what I seen was when he did the cartwheel.
Yes, I remember that.
I remember saying that, and I thought, wow, I just need a I want to see a keeper with that kind of passion, but you don't see that. You don't see that from a few keepers these days, mind. But with the passion, Pav had for the club in the city.
Yeah, it was just incredible, wasn't it? Just shame he was taken far too young. His life was taken far too young, unfortunately. Yeah. And went to with my comments. Julie says, rest in Pav, always a Geordie. Absolutely. Kevin Carr was a good goal stopper back in the 80s. Pav was great, like rest in peace. Honestly, think Pavel would be in my top 5 if I got the chance to see him in action. Got the Pavel as a Geordie shortly after he died. Then his book for my birthday 3 months later. Yeah, nice one, Lawrence. 1-0 Madrid. And where the thing that stood out for me with Pavel was the way he denied Stan Collymore a chance to equalise for Forest late on in a 2-1 win. Yes, I remember that as well. Absolutely. And And David says, where did Kevin Keegan get Pavel from? We got him from a team called Banek Ostrava in the Czech Republic. So, yeah, and
he did play for West Ham, Sheffield Wednesday.
well, actually, Jim Smith was the manager then. And he got him for 350,000. Apologies if I made a bit of a thing of that, but
cock up.
Yeah, but yeah, Jim Smith signed him for. That's the days I remember mostly Pav playing was under Keegan. But Jim Smith signed him for 350,000 pounds. And I thought he was tremendous. That's it. As I mentioned, he did lose a couple of places in the side as well when Hislop was playing for the side as well. So Dave Besson that we got from Wimbledon. Yes, we did. So, but yeah, I remember some really good days. Pavel was my time, but so was Budgie Lol. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, Pavel, it's just a shame his life was taken far too soon. 47 years of age is too young to go. Completely too young to go as well. So yeah, but yeah, really some Pavel. He was fantastic, as I mentioned. He did also come back to Newcastle as well, but only made a couple of appearances in 2006, 2007. That was it. So, but that was only it. So of course, he had made 149 appearances for his country as well, Czech Republic. In his first season, he made about 100 odd appearances for Newcastle as well. So well over 100 appearances there when he first went in his season up from 1991 to 1998. So, yeah. Okay, then. So we've gone through 3 of them so far. So we're going to go on to another goalkeeper who is still with us as well. But I think he's been brilliant for us this season. That's this man there, Nick Pope, in the middle of the goal. Of course, we did get Nick Pope, of course, from Burnley when he went down. We got him for 10 million, an absolute steal for a goalkeeper. And it's just a shame he's out injured at the moment because we could really do with him right now. But of course, we all remember Pope for being in the side to take us into Champions League football.
Yep. Obviously, for the creator for what he's done with Newcastle in his short space of time, quite exceptional. Considering where he was previously. The Burnley obviously that went down. Not just because I'm no disrespecting Nick Pope, but some of the players he was around with were not good enough. Not good enough for the Premier League. Not good enough for the physicality of the league. And obviously, when he went at Burnley as well, he first got noticed by Southgate.
Yeah, he did.
And obviously, I want to quickly go through some of the clubs he was at. So he was at Ipswich as a kid. Obviously, Ipswich born and bred. So he played for Bury Town, Charlton, Howard Borough, 2 spells at Welling United on loan, Cambridge, Aldershot, 2 spells at York on loan, and obviously Bury on loan before he made the move to Burnley.
Yes, in 2016. Yep, from Charlton Athletic. Spent quite a few 6 seasons early at Burnley.
Just a little fact for you: his missus's father is Kevin Horlock, who played for Man City.
Wow.
There's a little fact for you.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I think Pope's been good. We could do with him back because Dubravka's not up to standards, unfortunately, at the moment, which is a real disappointment, unfortunately. And yeah, we really hope that he's back very much soon. Because we're really missing the kid, unfortunately, because we know Pope what he's like for he knows when he come out for the ball. He knows to sweep up a ball as well. We just really shame he's just out injured, unfortunately, at the moment. That was a bit unfortunate against Manchester United at the back end of last year with a serious injury. He's been out for quite some time, unfortunately, with that shoulder injury. But yeah, hopefully it'd be great if he was back sooner rather than later. If he doesn't play for the season or for the remainder of the season, fine. But this kid played majority of every game last season for us, pretty much. Apart from, it was definitely a couple of games he didn't play. I know he didn't play. That was the thing. So the last game of the season away to Chelsea, and I didn't play against Sheffield Wednesday in the cup as well.
I remember because I think that was the time. And no, I think he got
the same with Tranmere. He didn't play in that game as well. But majority of the other games he's played in them all.
I know.
In the cup final as well. And
he was suspended. That's why because he got sent off against Liverpool, didn't he?
Yes.
Because he handed the ball outside the box.
So yeah, he's majority made a lot of appearances last season. Just a shame it's he's been hit with a serious injury this season, which is just a bit unlucky to him. But hopefully he's back sooner rather than later. It was great watching Pavel. Rest in peace. Gone from him and never taken far too early. Gone with Pope as number 2, says Lauren. Pope, money well spent and brilliant. Yeah. Before Burnley, yes, which is what
I've just said.
Yes, so which is what Mason ran through with. So, and all the other club, and because he's had a few loan spells at other clubs as well. So, Ronnie Simpson was a great keeper as well. Won 2 FA Cups with the Turin, European Cup with Celtic. Yeah, I've heard of the name before, but again, it was definitely before my time with Ronnie Simpson. So, yeah, a mate I worked with, Luke, played through on Brighton Grove, had a class of him at Porter Pavan. I'll never get the smiles on through face of the 40. He uses most of his social media. It's class. Absolutely.
Yeah, he is.
Has to be told what to do by the players. Too many mistakes, panic attacks in the goal. I say maybe on that close, but and I hope you'd keep him well here as well. Which brings us on to our final one. So we've gone through the show quite quickly, unfortunately, but never mind. But this man, as I mentioned, we do know in this particular order, but I think this man comes in at number 1 for me. And I think Mason agrees on this one. It's none other than this man here. Mr. Shea Given. He was just absolutely incredible. Of course, days, particularly under Bobby, he was absolutely fantastic. He was has played under Hullett before and under Dalglish as well. But I think the time he was really at his best was under Sir Bobby Robson days, particularly. I mean, he wasn't the tallest of goalkeepers of Shea Given. But the saves he would pull off were absolutely top draw. The one I recall, which was probably the best of the lot, was the save against Sunderland to deny Kevin Phillips from scoring in the top corner. I thought that was probably the best save I've seen him done. But this guy is definitely number 1 for me in terms of the goalkeepers we've had. He was just incredible. As I mentioned, not the very tallest, but some of the saves he would just pull off were just incredibly top draw. I mean, Mason.
Yeah, some of the videos I had seen of him were top notch and all. Obviously, he had spells at obviously Villa, Stoke, and obviously Middlesbrough loan as well. But and the Mackhams as well. So
yeah, he has had spells at loads of Sunderland as well. So yeah.
And Man City as well. Man City now.
The time he got sold in 2009 was absolutely gut-wrenching. There was all this debate that Shea Given wanted to go. No, it wasn't. Apparently, he said he didn't want to leave the club, and that owner, that previous owner, who we do not like to say his name anymore, went and sold him. And our season, we went down, and I was absolutely It was absolutely a gut-wrenching when he left because he was fantastic. I mean, Mason, how did you feel when he got sold? When the FCB went and got rid of him?
I wasn't around football by then, so I wouldn't have known. I came into football in 2013, so Yeah,
that's fair enough. But I was absolutely gut wrenched. We sold him for 6 million. I mean, I don't know why we shouldn't have got rid of this kid. It was absolute heartbreaking when he left. The fact is, Ashley wanted the cash. And did we go and invest in another goalkeeper in that season? No, we didn't. It was absolutely just mind-boggling to let him go like that. Oh, I was just absolutely devastated when he left. Of course, the other clubs he's played for is Blackburn Rovers. Of course, that's where we bought him from. Of course, he has been on loan to Swindon Town twice. He did go to the Mackhams as well in '96. Then we got him permanent, and he was here from 1997 to 2009. So over 12 years he was here for. I mean, 12 years, and we get rid of him, and Mike Ashley just says, "Off your pop," and then he's got out the club.
I think it's a bit disrespectful that league.
He said, even Shea Given said he didn't want to leave the club at the time. I mean, that was just absolutely incredible that we let him go like that, because he was the best goalkeeper we've had, and we let him go out the window like that. But yeah, I remember this kid a lot. He was just incredible. He was unbeatable at times. Nothing could get past him a lot at the times. I mentioned the best save for me was the one against Sunderland to deny Kevin Phillips. The way he just tips it all the way over the thing, he was just incredible. Shame, who we do not like to say his name anymore, went and sold him. So
I didn't realise this. I didn't realise this in his youth career. He did play for a certain Scottish team, and we've got a gentleman who supports him as well in the channel.
Yes, he did. Ah, yes, that's where he started his youth career off. Yes, he did. Well, no, well, yes, good spot there, Mason. Proper legend, 6'1", 6'1". I think he's tiny. He's not the tallest. Yes, he is 6'1". Where did Newcastle? It was Blackburn Rovers we got him from. Enjoyed reading books. Remember him talking about the way he was treated just before he left. Also giving me his tracksuit pants at my first game. Ended up being his last game. Wow. Given outstanding, great ambassador for the club. Absolutely. Julie can't remember now where we got him from, but went to City after us. He left him. It was Blackburn Rovers we got him from. So how much did we get him for again? Don't think it said the price. How much we got him from? No, it doesn't say how much it says we got him for from. I'll probably find it somewhere. But yeah, he came in on the 9th of August in 1997 and made his debut over Sheffield Wednesday as well. Well, that's when he made his debut. That's not when he said. That's when he made his debut in the 2-1 win over Sheffield Wednesday at home. So, yeah, even Ewan says it was Blackburn. Swindon was on loan at the Mackhams at the time. Him leaving was similar to Perez leaving in the sense that wasn't too long after a good manager left because of Ashley. Then the player knew their club was much better ran than us. Absolutely, Lawrence. And both went and won the FA Cup with the next club. He did, to be fair to him. But I just we got rid of him, unfortunately. Even Julie says, never understood why the fat cockney, who wrecked our club the way he did. Parasite. And we'll never forgive him for what he did. Few loans at spells at Swindon and Mackhams before. So, yeah, well, yes, I mentioned 2 loan spells he had just before he went to Sunderland. So 2 loan spells at Swindon, and then you did have a loan, and then he comes to us on a permanent deal. So, but again, it was just gut-wrenching the way he left. And that season just proved it. That was just the icing on the cake in terms of our season, of us getting relegated that season, the way everything just fell apart that season. Keegan going, Joe Kinnear becoming his manager. Chris Hughton tried to come in and save us at times, just couldn't do it at the time. Alan Shearer wanted to save the club at the time, but couldn't. But yeah, one of those really heartbreaking ones was selling Shea Given. We know the biggest one was going down that season, but selling one of your top goalkeepers of all time was just unbelievable. Just unbelievable. Back when Swindon win the Premier League, the way, yes, as well. So very, very interesting. So yes. Dalglish bought him to Newcastle. He did. Yes, he did. Certainly did. course, he did have that howler one time when we were playing against it was Coventry City, and it was Dion Dublin who came right behind the goal and took the ball off and put it in the net. I remember that. Yeah, that was on the it's on one of the David Seaman videos, the Goalkeeper Nightmares one. I've it shows you a clip. Yes, it's like a thingy with the keepers making so many basic errors, and Shea Given is on that one, unfortunately, where he's either got the ball, he drops it to try and get the ball away, then Dion Dublin comes out of nowhere and puts it in the back of the net. Of course, in the 2001-2 season, he actually played in every Premier League game then. Actually, as well, I think he did play in, I think he played all the games in the 2003-4 season, I think I remember right. I could be wrong. But I think he pretty much did. So, but this guy was number one for me in Newcastle, and he'll always will be at the moment. So, Shea Given was incredible. Just shame he was sold. She's the only two player I've passed football to, lol. Oh, interesting, Yobber. The only Irishman that didn't know where Dublin was at the time Given was 2.2.5 million. All right. So that's not bad. So that was a canny bit probably during the time as well when for us. And Given is the only footballer both my sisters swoon at when he comes on the telly and they do it in the sink. Oh, Jesus. But Given was cracking. He was my number one goalkeeper for us. He was just incredible to watch all the time. So yeah, fantastic he was. He was meant to say, where did we get Dubravka from? That was a team abroad as well. That was Sparta Prague. That was it. Loan spell first, and we did mention loan spell first, and then became permanent in the summer of 2018 for £4 million.
Somehow had to wheel and fucking deal.
Aye, well, yeah, it was unfortunately, but definitely was. So
I don't know why that fucking Kovac go to fucking Nottingham Forest. I'm dreading what Bjar's going to be saying there once I said Nottingham. Come on, Bjar.
Oh, Jesus. Anyway, so we've come to the end of the show now. So I think we might start to do this regular now, because I think that'll be good. So we may touch on top 5 defenders next. So we may like to do that next Tuesday as well. And then we'll do all the other positions throughout the rest of the season. So anyway, right then, make sure you do catch us tomorrow at 8 o'clock for the preview against Burnley away. So we'll be back. Sorry, not tomorrow. It'll be Thursday, sorry. So that's when we'll be back for then. So anyway, guys, remember, if you have enjoyed tonight's show, remember to hit the thumbs up. It keeps us up those search results. Of course, please, if you are brand new to the channel, if you're not yet subscribed and you enjoy what goes on this show week in, week out, please smash that subscribe button, free to do so, and it does help make the channel grow as well. Hit that bell notification, that will let you know whenever we are live or when a pre-recorded video takes place on the day as well, so that you keep you notified on what is upcoming week in, week out as well.
Chip, as you've been watching, I've got a special treat for you on Friday, mate.
Yes, so as I mentioned, Thursday will be the preview. Friday will be the Crazy PD's Football Live show. Keep an eye out for that, as well as always. And yeah, it's been a really, really good show tonight. So there you are. It'd be good to see more of these shows after the season ends. Yeah, I think we'll do something like this next week as well. So we'll do another one next Tuesday.
You've got to do one preview though and review.
Yeah, good show.
The England game if you're going.
Good night, everyone, and take care. Fantastic show tonight, Pete and Mason, everyone. Lots of fun, lads. Take care, everyone. Just had to pop out, so we'll watch the show from the start. That's no problem, David. And Yobba Donny, thanks for coming in as well. So, yes, as I mentioned, we'll be back Thursday for the preview. Friday will be the Crazy PD's Football Live show. Of course, we'll have to end Sunday. I'll be a match review and the player ratings from the Burnley. I'm still not sure what's happened with the watch along just yet as well. But, yeah, and as I mentioned, next week we'll do another show this, so we'll go with the and pick our 5 top defenders that have played for the club as well. So there you go. But anyway, guys, until next show, we shall see us all here. Apologies, not got as long as we did run through quite quickly, but I think it's been a really, really good show tonight. And there's been a lot of interesting comments of coming that have come in on there. So yeah, when we do a next one, top 5 defenders, let us know who yours will be for next time. So can't wait for the new fan zone opens up. Have to have a good chat with yous as well. So, and after the season ends, we might have a footy show to follow the Euros. So interesting as well. But until next time, guys, we'll see you all later, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your night, whatever you're getting up to. And we'll see you all later, everyone. Take care, everyone. Good night. We're the lads. Catch us all Thursday, guys. Take care.